Okay, you should have finished the entire alphabet now, and so you're going to start the lesson today with a review of the alphabet. So go through all of the letters in the alphabet, make sure that your child knows them and is able to repeat the sounds to you. You can continue to play games with them. They don't have to be completely 100% proficient before you continue on. But they need to have a basic understanding. So we're going to move on today, and we're going to start on page 34, and we're going to cover these new sounds. So we'll start today with our first sound, and I'm not going to do writing as much anymore because you can refer to the earlier videos on how to teach the writing of the sounds. So we're just going to go over the sounds, but make sure that your child is saying them and writing them. It's still very important for them learning, and they also need to be playing games and using their phonograms. And they'll also, you'll notice when you're driving, you'll see a sign and it'll have a phonogram that they've just learned. And I know my son, he really enjoyed saying, "Oh, look, Mom, there's a phonogram. That's shh." So that's another way for them to practice, is when you're in the car and you see the phonograms that they've learned, pointing them out or having them point them out. It's kind of fun. Anyway, okay, so we're going to start off with our first sound. So I'll say it first. Shh. Very good. E-double-E. And we say this E-double-E to make sure that they remember that it's two E's put together and it's saying the E sound. So E-double-E. Perfect. In this one, when you say the sound the first time, it's a very soft sound and a very soft flow of air on your tongue. And the second sound will make your tongue feel fizzy. So, perfect. And the last sound is ow, oh. Now, when you teach this sound, I teach it like you just got a little tiny bit of a scrape on your finger. And it hurts a little bit, but not a lot. So we look at it and we say, ow, oh. And this will make more sense when we teach the next phonogram. So remember, this one is a tiny owie. And we say, ow, oh. And it's the O-W. Okay? So you'll have them write those. And you'll have them write those using the clock face again. Another fun thing that you can do after they write them, and you write them with them, is you can say something like, now which one, when I look at my letters that I just wrote, this letter I think is my favorite. And I really like that I did this letter really well because I started on the 2, I went over to the 10 and around. And you can say things like that and then ask them, which letter do you like the best that you wrote? That's a fun way to kind of give them positive reinforcement and to get them thinking about their writing. Okay, and anyway, so moving on to spelling. When we spell with double letter phonograms, we do finger spelling a little differently. So I'm going to start with the word sham. On my bed, I have a pillow that has a sham. Sham. Make sure you say the word and then use it in a sentence and then say the word again. Now when we finger spell sham, we're going to finger spell it like this because the SH are connected and we want them to know it's the sh sound connected together. So we finger spell sh, and then we'll have them write it, and they'll write it like this. Remember to use their clock face and write the word shh. Okay, now you're going to ask them if there are any markings. Now, everything is making its first sound, but we will underline the SH showing that they are connected. Okay, so they'll remember that that is a single phone, it's two letters making one sound. So we'll underline that, and that's all the markings for that one. Now, another one is the word shall. I shall get my book. Shall. So when you do shall, you're going to do like this. Sh, a, o, and then this one's silent. Okay, remember we're not going to say sh. because we already have a sh sound. We don't want to confuse them. Sh, a, o. Okay, and then we'll have them write it, and we'll write it after they write it so we can correct any mistakes. And we again use our clock face. We write sh, a. Sorry. And again, we'll ask them if there are any markings, and this time, once again, hopefully they'll remember that we're going to underline the SH. And then I brought a purple pencil, and you might want to have a purple and a red pencil handy, and we'll underline in purple the second L because it's silent, so that they'll remember that that is a silent letter. Okay, and you can continue on through the remainder of the words and use them as their spelling words or have them practice saying them. You don't have to use all of them as spelling words. That might be quite overwhelming. Just use a couple, and then as you continue on through other units, you can refer back and do some other spelling words on here. And then after they've done the words, you can go, and there are words for each one of the phonograms, and they're separated out, and they show you exactly how you should be teaching their spelling. So then you'll continue on with the stories, and there are 4 stories that go with those phonograms. And you'll notice now that all of the clues that were in the first 9 stories are no longer in these stories. There are just occasionally some when they haven't been used before, but for the most part all of the previous clues are gone now, so they need to be able to understand and know those, and if they don't, then they can refer to the review page, which will go over all of the, it will have everything broken down so that they can review them. All right?